Hello, and welcome to the Reduce Your Waste Stream Challenge. I'm Dustin. We're so glad that you have decided to join the challenge this year and this exciting community project. So what is the challenge and how does it work? Well, the concept is actually quite simple. We are going to challenge you to see if you can reduce how much garbage that you make in your daily life, and also to see if you can recycle as many things as you possibly can. And we're going to keep track of this on our website, reduceyourwastestream.org. So, what does that mean for you? That means we're going to ask you to weigh your garbage every single week. That's right. We're going to ask you to get on a scale and see how heavy it is. Now, this doesn't have to be too complicated a process, but it can be just a little tricky to make sure we get the right weights. So I'm going to demonstrate exactly how that's going to work. First of all, I'm going to start with a standard bathroom scale. It doesn't have to be anything fancy at all. As long as you can read the individual pounds on the scale, you'll be in good shape. Alright, so what we have found over doing this with experience is that the bags of garbage don't necessarily stay on the scale balanced. They might fall off because you have all sorts of different stuff in there. And also, if you have a garbage can, you might put it over the top of the scale, but then it would cover up your weight, so you wouldn't be able to see it. So, here's what we find works really well. If you grab the bags of garbage, get on the scale and weigh them, then you'll be able to balance them and know exactly how much garbage you have. I know, it seems kind of silly. We're going to ask not only to weigh your garbage, but to weigh yourself. Well, it could be anybody in your family or anybody in your household. So, first thing we have to do is we have to get on the scale and find out how heavy we are. So I will demonstrate today. I will stand on the scale, wait for it to register, and it's 168 pounds today. I'm feeling really good. Alright, so just to demonstrate this, I'm going to write it down. So my weight starts at 168 pounds. Okay, so now I got to grab the garbage, put it on, hold it, and then get on the scale again. Alright, so, got a lot of garbage here today. So I get up on it, weigh it again. Alright, we got a weight of 189 pounds. Alright, so the total weight with me and the garbage is 189 pounds. So, to figure out the exact weight of the garbage, we're going to subtract, and we find out that this turns into 21 pounds of garbage. Alright, that's a pretty fair amount, 21 pounds over the course of 1 week, especially if you have a lot of people in your household. Alright, so we got our one weight down, but next we have to do all of the recycling, so we're going to have to start over. Alright, now, for recycling, you probably already know this, but we actually cannot put recycling into plastic bags. We don't want to get those in the recycling process. So instead the stuff just has to be right into the bin. But we can't weigh every individual item by itself, so we will have to hold the entire bin when we get onto the scale. Now that's going to work the same way as you just did with your trash bags, but with one catch. This bin itself happens to have a good amount of weight to it that we don't want to have to factor in to the weight of how much the recyclables are in there. Now I pre-weighed this recycling bin, and I found out my bin weighs 5 pounds. Alright, so we have 2 weights already, we have 1 to go, the stuff in there. So my weight, one more time, hasn't changed, is 168 pounds. The weight of the bin is 5 pounds. Alright, so now we just need to figure out the total before when I'm holding the bin and all the stuff in it. So once again, I'll grab the material, I'll get on the scale and wait for it to register. Alright, we have 186 pounds total with me holding all of the recyclables. Alright, so if we do the math one more time, 186 minus my weight, minus the weight of the bin, we come down to 13 pounds of recyclables. 13 pounds. Alright, so now we have our 2 weights. So we have 13 for our recyclables, and we had 21 pounds for the trash. We got both our weights for 1 week's worth of material. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to submit these weights. right on this website, on reduceyourwastestream.org, you're going to go to your challenge page, and there's a section there where you can click on Submit Weekly Weights. There you enter in the weights that you just weighed and the date that you did them, and hit Submit. And then you're all set. We'll get your weights and we'll put it into our spreadsheet, and we'll calculate how much of a reduction everybody is making. There's still one more thing that you have to do after all of this. We want you to blog about what you have experienced, what you're going through with weighing your garbage and weighing your recycling and then trying to get it less. Maybe you think you can beat 21 pounds of garbage. You can get it down to 15 or 10 pounds of garbage. How are you going to do that? So we're going to ask you to get online again to your specific page on this site and blog about that experience. Once you've done that, you've got your obligations for the week. Very, very cool. So that's it. That's all we're asking you to do. You're going to challenge yourself to see if you can weigh your garbage and then reduce it from a big number to a very little number. The rest is up to you. You've got 1 month to make this happen. Can you get it down to almost zero? We'll see. Good luck, and thanks again for joining the challenge.